Hello there everybody! It is I, Tony, aka the one and only TTBurger 88, and welcome back to TTBurger Game Reviews. Today for this episode of TTBurger Game Reviews, I will be revisiting the very first game I ever reviewed on this channel, Aquanauts Holiday, on the PlayStation. Now I know what you're all thinking, Tony, you already reviewed this game once, why bother reviewing it again? Well, the thing is that, looking back at that video, I'm not really happy in how it turned out. The video quality was bad, the sound quality was awful because using the webcam mic, and my shirt did not come in the mail yet, so I couldn't really wear the shirt and stuff when I made the video. And I didn't feel like I go into much detail on how bad the game is, so I'm going to try and explain more detail and why this game is literally a pile of shit. But without further ado, let's get started with the review of Aquanauts Holiday on the PlayStation by Arctic, released in 1995. And I have to say that playing this game again, it is still incredibly boring. I know I mentioned in my original review that the game is boring, there's nothing to do. The truth is though, there is nothing to do at all because all you do in this game is drive around in a submarine doing things like calling the fish and trapping them and such, and that's basically it. I know this is a simulation game where it's supposed to simulate what it's like being underwater in a submarine and such, but the thing is, simulations were never meant to be this boring where you do nothing. I mean, there are games like Microsoft Flight Simulator where it simulates you flying a plane. And there's another simulator game on the PlayStation called Panzerfront where it's a tank simulator where you ride around the tank blowing stuff up and killing other tanks and stuff like that. But now it's different though because that was fun because you were actually doing stuff. It made you feel like you were in a tank at war and stuff. Here, you do nothing at all. I literally spent time trying to find things to do here, but all I was able to do was to find that I can call the fish and swim around and get stuck in the smallest objects ever, and I swear the smallest objects like the tip of a wall or so will stop you dead in its tracks completely, and it'll stop you to the point where it'll take some time to get the speed up and running stuff in your submarine. Everything in the game looks exactly the same, so it's hard to tell where you're going, if you are on the right track and stuff as well. I've wasted so much time trying to find something to do and see if I was heading in the right direction because it was so confusing on what I was doing and if I was heading in that right spot all along. You can also build reefs in this game too. It's just too bad the reefs do absolutely nothing to help you in this game at all. I know I would have talked about the story by now, but there is no story at all. But then again, what would the story be about anyway? There's stars somewhere in a submarine. I guess you could just pretend and make up a story. Just make up your own adventure when playing this game. One of the things that is so annoying about this game is the sluggish controls. These are some of the worst controls ever in a video game. They are so sluggish that there were times where I wasn't sure if I was even moving at all, and I got stuck a lot trying to turn and such. There isn't much to say about the sound because the sound is really quiet except for a few noises from the fish and such, and there is no music at all, so there's not much to say about the sound. I did like the graphics at first, but after playing the game more, the graphics really do have a lot of problems. One of the main problems I have with the graphics is the load of popping everywhere, and the draw distance doesn't extend very far, and you won't see things until the last minute, and you'll hit something that's something stop you dead in its tracks. And I know this game takes place underwater, but having almost everything in the game as the same color as blue just shows how much care went into the game. You could make an underwater game setting with more colors than just blue, 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 and more blue. But I think my main complaint with Aquanauts Holiday is that it doesn't feel like a game at all. This feels more like a test demo, or Armored 21, aka Waste of Time calls it, an anti-game. Because like I said earlier, there's nothing to do in this game, there's no game at all. I played this game for about an hour or more, and I know you should get far in a game before reviewing this and such, but for this game, you can see everything this game has to offer in an hour or so. Also, even if you do beat the game, it isn't worth it because I'll tell you what happens here, and I apologize for spoiling this for anyone who wants to play this game, but I know a good majority of you will not even want to try this game out because it's so boring. But what happens at the end is a UFO appears underwater and does nothing. Yep, that's your reward for playing this piece of shit. A UFO that appears underwater. How awesome! You wasted all your time, and this is what you get! How awesome! Yay! And I think that's all there is to say about Aquanauts Holiday, so let me give my final rating. Aquanauts Holiday is a game that has a good premise and a good idea, but the game just fails on so many levels. For my rating of this game, it still remains the same. I'll be giving it a 0.5 out of 10. This is Tony, aka TTBurger88. Peace out and have a great day.